Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another round of Let's See How Bad I Can Beat the Super Late Model. We are here, the Super Late Model Fix Series, closing off week 5 here at USA International Speedway. Gonna go out for qualifying. Found a fairly decent
Pit lane
strength
speed
of field
limit
as
is
well as
35
size of field
miles
for
per
a Super
hour.
Late Model race.
Exits clear. Push.
Not
Okay,
quick
Jake,
at all,
we've
though.
got
Not
2
I'm
laps to set a
nowhere
decent
near
time.
where I'm supposed to finish in terms of pace. Like it's not gonna be pretty at all. I just, for whatever reason, cannot find the pace, which that seems to be pretty standard in super late models in general, not just this, but it's gonna be a bloodbath for my safety rating and iRating. So I'm gonna try to do the best I can, just see if I can put something in qualifying, try to at least get me halfway up the field, and then hope that I can somehow find a miracle in the race to avoid things. Probably should have scrapped lap 1, tried to get a better run to the line for lap 2, but we're just going to finish it out. Yeah, definitely should have. So both laps are going to be terrible, but we're going to try to make lap 2 a little bit better.
Currently 0.18 off the pace.
Probably the last car qualifying. Actually, no, I think there was a couple more, but we'll see if we can improve 3 and 4 this time. Pick up any amount of time. Nope, still driving it even worse, so not good, not good. I am struggling really bad this week. Really bad with this. Probably should have put a lot more practice in than I did, but struggling really, really bad. Like, more than I normally do in a super late model, especially with the fix. So, nothing like being basically a quarter second off the leader. That frustrates me so much. Like, if there was one car that, for whatever reason, I cannot figure out how to drive, it's this one. And the worst part is, like, I want to learn how to master this thing. Like, mastering this, in all honesty, if I wanted to, look at going road to pro or whatever like that, that doesn't really contribute much. But this is just the one car that has frustrated me so much that I've wanted to drive, that people just consistently, like, every single season, every single week, every update, whatever, whenever I try it, I'm terrible at it. So I keep toting myself out trying to do something. It's just not good. Literally, it's just going to be about keeping the car going straight. I can't even, like, say, like, oh, I need to run this line or I need to do this, because I have yet to figure out what the line is. Like, I've tried different braking points, I've tried different braking amounts, I've tried different lines into the corner. I think later apex is the way that you want to go, to try to drive the car a little bit straighter off the corner a little bit later, and just get a good run to the line.
P12.
It just, I don't know. I cannot. I get beat in the corners so bad in this car. I get beat everywhere, but I really get beat in the corners. So, like, that's what I've got to try to figure out. And this whole race is probably going to be experiment, but this race is also going to be getting run over by people, because there's going to be a lot of people quicker than me. Trying to avoid them, as well as just trying to, I don't know, do whatever I possibly can. It's going to be a rough one. So hopefully you guys are going to find something enjoyable out of this. If nothing else, you can laugh at how terrible I am at the super late model. That's probably always the source of entertainment when I post one of these. Or feel better that you thought you were bad at it, and then you watch me and realize that no, I'm way worse than you ever could be. So give it a minute for the paints to get loaded up. Looks like everybody's good, so we'll get gridded in. Starting 12th. I don't know what I feel about the outside. I guess the bright side is we are not far off of where I'm supposed to be. I'm just gonna, we'll do session bus lap. I guess that's the bright side. Not that that really, I don't know. We're in the middle of the field. There's 19 cars, or 18 cars, I think. 19, something like that. 19, yeah. So, not, like I said, not a bad size field at all for super late model. Decent
laps.
field that hopefully we can try to keep it clean and not have too many wrecks. We'll see how that goes. I've seen some results, and some of them have not been pretty in terms of everybody's incident counts, as well as the number of cautions. So we'll hope that this goes somewhat decent, although I'm fully expecting to walk out of here with like a 12x and losing a ton of safety rating. So just gonna try to avoid people as best as I can, try to not get run over from behind, and hope that I can somehow, I don't know, mob burn the tire off. I was driving a little better on the right front than I have before in these, but I'm still burning the right off a little bit more, and again, just flat out do not have the pace. So there's some really fast guys in here that are going to be way faster than I ever could be, but again, with it being a fixed series, it frustrates me even more than an open series when I'm, 3/10 off, basically. That I get really frustrated with. And if we have a ton of cautions, it's going to turn into a short run type race where that qualifying lap is going to be more indicative of what you should be doing, rather than, tire saving and starting out slower but being faster on the back end. So just try to make the most of it, try to have some fun. It's at the end of the day what it should be about. See if we can just dodge wrecks, especially coming off of the corners with people getting on the throttle too hard, although I'm probably going to do that myself. Maybe we can find enough free spots to pick up a top half finish. But not focused on that. Like I said, trying a new mindset. We'll see what we can do. To the second gear start. Get ready to go. Pace car will be pulling off.
Okay, Jake, get ready.
Kind of checking up. Off and rolling. It's like,
Let's go, let's go.
oh man, wreck way behind. And we got people flipping right off the bat. So yeah, we couldn't even make it out of turn 4 across the start finish line. That was a lot of fun. 13 looked like he didn't go on the inside, and I don't know if that checked everybody up or what, but that was, wow, that took out like half the field behind. We'll definitely watch that because there's people flipping upside down across the start finish line for that one. I don't think I really, maybe I did pick up a spot or two.
Pits are open.
No, we did. We picked up 2. Nice. So we're 10th. No clue how many cars got damaged in that one that are going to be on the pits. Looks like we got, what, only 2 cars coming up behind us, and nobody on the relatives, so we'll see how many are on pit road, if that many are actually on pit road. That took out half the field, then A, I'm really sorry that this race is not going to look pretty, and B, I guess we can't really finish much worse than we started. I think everybody's on the other side of the track, though, probably. 15's on pit road. We saw him. I haven't seen anybody else scored on the pit road, so. And I did not see how many people, if anybody disconnected. I was not looking at that part. Okay, so there's one that we know for sure. Yeah, that was a really rough start. I think that was like, I don't know, outside looked like they were trying to go, we checked up. I don't know if the inside line, if the leader checked the field up or what happened, and then, like, the 13 just didn't get to go. We kind of got a little better start, and the whole field just got turned and stacked up from behind, so.
Full course yellow.
Bit of another lap. If we get 2 to go, I'll check it this time. We'll get a lap and see how many people are off laps, and that can tell me a bit better of, because we know the 15 is still on pit road. That's the only one I can see sitting on pit road. And nobody's coming up behind, so we literally might only have 11 cars left in the race now. Might actually only have 11 cars left. So there's the 15 who's been on pit road. He's multiple laps down. So we're only showing just the one. I don't know where everybody else is, honestly. Looks like they're all scored right in front of the leader, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we get the one to go, if it brings them around, because it looks like they're being timed right in front of the leader.
Alright, Jake, get ready.
Try to rack this up, do it again. They're outside road. Yeah, they were all right in front of the leader. Okay. So, we've only lost 1 driver so far. 15's a lap off the pace. Right? A lap down, I think? No, he's 2 laps down. Okay. And then everybody else is only lap. The 18 was the only one to leave the race. Field will be catching up. Hopefully they're not going to come blasting in too fast. It's really should have been a delayed green. Like, that's a really rough start. Just see how it works out. Off and rolling, kind of got loose there on the outside. Did not want to get into the 13. 8 got a really good start, got up ahead of the 19. 13 by, see if we can cut down behind him. I might be faster, but I just wanted to get in front of everybody that's coming. Now that we're up to speed, they should be taking a little bit longer to catch up, so I'm going to take advantage of that while I can.
The leader's just done a 20.59. New fastest lap for TL.
So kind of getting shuffled out.
10th position.
Get loose off of 2 there, too much throttle, too much wheel.
20.59.
Just going to start settling in. Watching a couple guys get loose up there, some sparks off the wall. Just gotta keep my eye out for anybody going around, potential wreck that I can avoid. I don't think I'm really gonna be able to catch anybody, so. And we'll keep an eye on 16 behind who's catching. It's 1.3 back right now.
Teal, 20.43. The guy ahead has just posted a 20.
Our team's blinking pretty bad. It's going to be a bit difficult to feel it. Kind of slid, too much throttle. Up 2. Closed up quite a bit. He got it down to 1 second. I just drifted down to a really bad entry into 1.
Ford is leading the race.
16 looks like he's breaking away from the field, behind quite a bit. Still cutting off multiple tenths each lap, so I know I'm not driving well compared to my best lap, but that's not good. Gotta clean it up. We got one car getting shuffled out. That's the 7. Just watch for some more contact up ahead.
The lap time was at 20.
I think I need to get slowing down a little bit more into the corners first to not slide it, but I can't find the line because, like I said, everybody just gets into the corners so much better than I do. They do everything better than I do. There's not one. It's not just one magic fix for me. It's rebuild, tear down, Cleveland Browns-esque fix. Realistically, I should quit driving these things, but I do have fun with them. I just have not figured them out at all. It's pretty depressing when a 16, front over. I'm terrible at these things. Time to buck up though, just drive as clean as I can and see if I can salvage something out of this race. Looks like it's the only 16's the only car from the back of the pack though that's going to be putting pressure on us. So, like, track wall there.
Stay high. You got one inside.
Let's get dive to the inside because
Still there.
I left the bottom open. A little bit of a better run off of 2, but he kind of bobbled underneath as well. Down, 35 to go. Normally I would say, oh hey, these guys are going to burn tires off, I'll catch up to them. No, this is just, the gap's going to continue to open up more. Just have to hope somebody makes a mistake and wrecks. 16 drives it in. I think that might have been a bit of netcode there. Either way, kicks us up the track, he gets on by. It's inevitable, it was going to happen soon.
P11. Okay, Jake.
19's
getting
loose in front of the 13. He's kind of all over, and he comes down the track, hits the 13, and we go to caution. So we'll stay in 10th. And unfortunately, it's going to allow the back of the field to catch up, which is not good for me because they're probably quicker.
Race cars out. Line up, single file.
I think the gaps are staying pretty even, so maybe we'll be lucky enough that we'll be in even pace and I can try to pull away from them. But the problem's going to be starting on the outside. They're going to, like the 10's going to have the advantage, so.
Full course yellow. Pits are open.
At least we got a decent amount of laps. Well, I guess for what could have been a caution-filled race to start, that was a decent amount. It's been really quiet on the radio, so check that just to scan that. But it's been really quiet on the radio. It's like really shocked at how nobody's saying anything. I don't know. I guess I've been used to so many talkative races lately that it's kind of weird. 13's lap down now.
Coming around the outside.
Let's see how many we have a lap down, because 9's getting his lap back, so that'll still put us with. We should have 2 a lap down. You should have the 15 and the 13. Well, I mean, obviously the 18, but the 18 quit, so. Just gotta hope everybody behind is not faster. I've got nothing for anybody up front, and I've got nothing if anybody behind has speed. I'm done for. I'm trying to figure it out and learn from their lines and just not learning it very well, not learning it very quick. Half of me wants to get going green just so I can get you more green flag laps in. I enjoy the green flag laps. Part of me is like, hey, I'm in 10th. Let's keep this caution going as long as possible. It's less laps for everybody behind to kill me and go on by. It's not a bad combination. I mean, I would change the gearing. It seems like every week when I try to run these things or practice them or whatever, the gearing is just always way too short. Like, it chips out earlier than I think it should be, but I'm not real good at setting these up at all, so that could actually be designed perfectly the way you want it to. It just feels like you don't, like, I don't know, if you drive it well off the corner, it feels like you're chipping like two-thirds down the straight and you still have time before you're braking. But again, my braking point could be absolutely terrible and people could actually be braking at that. That could be the time to start getting off the throttle on the brake. I just can't drive the car very well, so I wouldn't know that. Get the one to go next time by. Speed brakes to hopefully be able to stop halfway decent off the start.
Get ready, race will resume at the end
He's
of
been
this lap.
kind of iffy. He could potentially cause a wreck up front. The 19 we saw getting really loose there. He got into 13 to cause that this caution, so just have to be aware. The 16 we knew was flying up, so I'll have to watch if he's going to be able to be clean around everybody or if he's going to end up diving in and getting into somebody. And I know nothing about the 17 or the 10. I know nothing about them at all. It's gonna get bunched back up. We're ready to go here. What a contact between kind of stacked up outside lane. I missed a shift. It's the 10 to get there. 19 kind of all over the place. I just way overdrove one there.
Keep digging. Hold your line.
Got the 10 still on our inside. 16 gets sent wide. 10's get the run on the bottom. We're gonna try to get the run on the top.
Okay, Jake. The next car is Evans.
They're on the
Able to
inside.
clear him, so we're gonna get back to the bottom. 2's getting shuffled to the outside. Just trying to manage. That's all I can do at this point. And we get another caution, so don't know what happened there. That was a wreck from behind.
Sorry guys, when you start, on me.
Pace car is out. Line up single file behind Hicks.
So we'll cross the
Pace
halfway
car is
point
out.
next lap.
Pits are closed.
Under caution. Working our third caution of the race. Can't tell if the 2's got some damage. He's still faster than me even with damage.
Pits are
but
open.
he seems like he's kind of been a bit, again, still a little all over the place, so we'll watch that. 10 was really good off the start. I mean, I obviously not getting that shift there, missing that shift in third to fourth on the front stretch did not help things, but 10 got a really good run. Looks like he was the only one. I think we were pulling away from the 14 and the 9, but it's definitely not the restart I wanted. Although I think that should get the 13 a lap back if he's not
That's
pit
half
road.
distance. Fuel levels are fine.
So we'll leave just the 15. It's the only car on track that's laps down. But there goes, or no, the 15 got it. So 13 must have been involved in that wreck. I guess one way to avoid incident points in a super late model race is to be so slow that you're not really around anybody. I guess that's my strategy for not taking incident points in this race, is just to be so slow that I'm
Full course yellow.
really not around any other cars to hit or be hit. I don't know how well the outside line is going to be on the tires, but it definitely, I mean, for the short time being, you can get a run off the corner. So like that was how I was able to clear the 10. I don't intend to use that. I just want to be able to drive away, get to the bottom, but it seems like something that works for a lap or two possibly. It seems like we're trending towards that short run style race, unfortunately. It'd be nice to just go green the rest of the way and have, you know, like 20 laps of green flag racing to finish it out. Got a Red Bull car at 14. If you follow anybody else, Nick, Gavin, Colton, you know that that smells danger, especially when he's going to be restarting directly behind us. 2 to go. restarting on lap 30, we'll have 21 to
We're
go.
under caution.
Once we get the
It's
green.
closed.
Everybody's getting antsy to go. I feel like these cautions are a lot longer than they probably need to be. Everybody's double filing up pretty quick. It's just, I don't know, we all want to go back to green flag racing, I'm sure. Want to go this time.
Alright, Jake, get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
We get a good start on the outside, and the outside row is not bad. I feel like I might be slower, but a little more consistent than a 19, so that might be a spot I can get that way to offset if anybody from behind gets me. So, get some heat back in the brakes again. Alright, we're getting ready to go here. Determined not to miss that shift.
E9.
Just overdrove. One there, like, slid the car really bad. 19 gets
Still there.
into the 2.
Still there.
14 yard inside into the bottom. 19 gets turned off the nose of the 2. 2's going sliding up. That was, wow. Yeah, I don't even know what to think about that one.
File behind car number 02.
Not even
We're
sure
under
what to
caution.
think about
It's
that
closed.
one. We're still in 10th though. We just keep getting a free spot from a wreck, and then somebody else gets by us.
Pits are open.
Yeah, 19 was like all over the place. I don't know if the 2 lost. I don't know. It was kind of hard to see, but definitely gonna have the chapters on for you guys so you can avoid all of this dead time. This is not very fun. I like this is going back on how fixed. Like the fixed series looked like it was running a lot cleaner and was on, you know, running about the same amount of cautions, which, okay, the same amount of cautions for less laps compared to the open side is going to mean, you know, shorter runs, but it seemed like it wasn't, like, previous seasons it was always, like, the fixed series was, like, double or triple the amount of cautions compared to the open side. So it seemed like it had gotten closer, so I thought it would be a decent one. Since I'm so terrible at driving, I just need to focus on the driving. And, I mean, it's also kind of the time slot that I had to run this, but this is kind of how they used to be, and the reasons why I didn't want to run them anymore, because this is just
Full course,
not fun when we can't even get a couple laps in without cautions coming out. 14 just got a great job getting the jump behind us, dove to the bottom. When I overdrove 1 off the start, that put me to the outside even further. That allowed him to dive underneath. I gotta execute starts a little bit better. Gotta execute the starts a little bit better. So everybody else is making great moves to the front, and I'm barely treading water at best, getting the benefit of these constant cautions to not have the whole pack go on by me. Hopefully we'll get 2 to go this time so we can get rolling back under green soon to just have another caution come out. Sorry about comments there. I'm guessing that's somebody running a custom number that I don't have up. Let's see if that was the 19 saying that. Yes,
Pace
so
car
I'm going to
down.
assume that
It's closed.
he's referring to the 2. Gonna assume that's who he's referring to. If I had to guess, a 54 probably is a Ty Gibbs paint scheme? I don't know. I can't remember if Kyle Wish runs 54 when he ran super lates. But yeah, I don't run the... there was a period where I was running the custom number paint schemes, and it got really confusing to try to call it out and relate it to what was on the relative when I was looking down there. Like, it was really, really hard to call those numbers out for you guys, so I quit doing it. If they don't upload one to regular trading paints, then that's just what it is.
Race car's coming in this
Okay.
lap.
Restarted next time by with 15 laps to go. We got Dale Sr. behind us. Red Bull to our inside. Should be a good combination, I suppose. Let's see what we can do. It's more like the Red Bull F1 scheme, but I could be wrong. It's been a little while since I've watched an F1 race. Just gonna try to do better. I didn't think my jump off the start was bad. It's just turn 1 was terrible, so we'll try to improve that. Dude, such a botch start. Such a botch start. We got a wreck everywhere. And we're, again, gonna have a caution where we can't even get across the start-finish line. This is pathetic. This is just pathetic that these guys cannot do this. Not good. Like, this is just pathetic how bad this racing is. I don't even know where the pace car is. I gotta get the pace car by. I gotta get,
Pace car is
get
out.
the 14
Line up
by.
single file behind Evans. We're under caution. Pit's closed.
Everybody's waiting for the pace car, I think. We got another driver dropping. That start was so bad on so many levels.
Hey, as you know, we have to wait till the leader goes.
Alright, pace car's coming. Got a bunch more drivers to drop off. 2 more. So I'll need to catch the pace car, but I'm guessing. Okay, I think it's sorting itself out. Alright, looks like we avoided black flags. I hope the field's gonna get sorted out here quickly so we can get going again. But we picked up a couple spots out of all those wrecks. I had nowhere to go. I just had to jump on the brakes and pray that nobody was gonna get in to the back of me. That was rough. That was really bad. So the front, probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 can get away, but they've caused now, in my opinion, 2 restarts that have not been very good. Like, if this race doesn't drag on, I will take a look at those and see, because that's got to be all stemming from the front. And then it just causes this accordion effect and check up, and next thing you know, people are going around. So we'll check it afterwards. Somehow we've been able to get through it and not get piled over so far. Although I'm gonna tap on my desk because it's mostly wood. We still have laps left for that to happen. There's still at least 1 more restart, and I'm guessing there's probably gonna be 2 or 3 more restarts. So there is still plenty of time for somebody to drive over the back of me while I'm trying to avoid whatever is unfolding in front. I don't know, maybe it's the end of the week, that's why this is bad. It's not the last day, but it's one of the later time slots. Maybe that's why this is so bad. People just don't have patience. I don't know what the reason is, but again, if they're going to keep being like this, then I'm going to run the open side, even if I'm going to get killed in the setup and the driving. If it can go back to less cautions, or the same amount of cautions but more laps, at least there's more green flag
Pace car
racing.
is out. Pits are closed.
Something more exciting for you guys to watch, because this isn't even exciting for me to drive. Like, yeah, I could do this on my own. This is not fun at all. So Red Bull got taken out. So many cars are off the pace now. We know we dropped 2 more. I think that was the 14 and the 13 both dropping. So you've got the 19, I believe, is still on the pits. 15 is 1 lap down, so 13 on the lead lap right now. Which I guess the worst is if we were able to stay on the lead lap, even if we got shuffled back, only finishing 1 spot off of where I started. Which is not what I want to do,
Okay,
but
Jake, get ready. Race will resume at
that's
the
about
end
the
of
only
this
positive you can take out of this race right now. I'm gonna get green flag with just 10 laps to go. Hopefully we can do all 10, but again, I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, we can survive 1 more caution and still have some green flag racing. You get a 2nd caution, unless it's like, again, the same way where we're coming to the green flag, it's probably going to mean finishing the race under caution, which will suck to have. 2nd short track race finish under caution. It's the Tour mods also finished under caution, so get ready to go here. I got jumped really bad. Just not a good restart. We're still ahead of the 10s. We're just going to try to get down to the bottom.
8th place.
Checked 8th. watching. We got cars going everywhere. There's the 4. It's really slow and pulling down the
Coming out
bottom
that
for
rear.
some reason. So
Clear
there's a
outside.
spot. It's an all black car. Got a couple too wide battles up here.
P7.
9's trying to drive his way back up. Got an overdrove 1. 10's falling off 2. We're actually getting a green flag lap in. Have our second green flag lap in. Sadly, I set my fastest lap time
Fastest
now.
lap for Teal.
Course coming
20,
back out.
141.
Problem. Put a side by side between the 16 and the 2. I overdrive turn 3. In front of the 9, don't
We've
know
just
who's
done a
faster there.
20.61.
So he's going side by side with the 16. I get too much throttle there out of turn 2. Side by side battle between the 2 and the 16 though. Just watching to see if there's going to end up being contact between them. Where the 2's kind of cutting down on the, or the 16's cutting down on the 2. Although I need to be more concerned with the 10 closing in on me than those 2. But just watching out in case there's a spin in front of us. 10's driving in a lot deeper. Trying to make it work off the corner. We got 5 laps to go.
That lap time was 20.
Maybe a bit of minor door contact there. Nothing that upsets anybody. 2 works by the 16. 16's going to hunt back after him for retaliation. It did look like the 2 ran him up the track and then 1 the last time by.
Get this guy.
Slow down a little bit more into the corner. Just try to defend the bottom a little bit better, otherwise the 10's going to look. I just tagged that
7th
opening.
position.
Definitely overdrove turn 3 again. This is ultimately pinching my center off, but right now I'm more concerned with trying to stay 7th and run the fastest lap and open up the bottom of the 10 getting in the inside. 2's going to be working on the back end of the 8 now. We've got just 2 laps to go. 8 gets shuffled to the high
2
side.
laps left.
I don't think I'll be there close enough. Bit of contact between the 2 and the 8 there. 2's going to go low. 16's going to try to follow behind him. Overshot turn 3. White flag this time. Not quite close enough to get to the 8, unfortunately.
White flag, last lap.
All the way slightly from 10, just got to execute turn 3 and 4. Alright, we bring it home in 7th.
P7.
Yeah, that was probably about the best finish I was going to get out of that. Just managed to avoid all the wrecks, keep it clean, thankfully. Caught some good breaks with people not piling into me on those botched restarts. Certainly, by no means, not at all that fast. And I don't understand how, but managed to get out of it without any incident points too. That's not at all what I expected. Only one other car did that. That was the 10 behind me, so a lot of incident points. So let's... I don't know, I want to see how we can try to take a look at everything that happened, because it's going to be tough to sort out everything. Alright, so let's watch this restart right behind, because this is going to be the fun. The 12 is going to be the best one to get the view of. So, he just did not... Okay, so 12 didn't get going. It wasn't the 13. I thought it was the 12, because watch. The 15's... Like, the field takes off... Okay, so the 13 didn't really go, actually. It does, because you can see the 2 and the 5 kind of pull away on the outside. The 13 doesn't really go. Then he starts going. The 12 just couldn't go anywhere, and the 15 saw the front of the field go. So he just drove into the back of him. And that's going to send him... He was kind of loose for whatever reason. Like, it looks like he saved it. I don't know if he was overcorrecting, but he comes back up the track. 15's trying to go to the high side to avoid him. And 15 just drives right into him. He's got nowhere to go. And that spins him, sends the 15, 12, and the 14 all to the wall. 14 was the one I saw go upside down. Like, we're watching him Barrel roll. I don't know if he's... No, he's definitely above the 15 in the air. You could see that. So he's very fortunate to have landed on all fours and been able to continue on that way. If he would have been on his roof, that would have been a much different story. 18 just literally comes to a dead stop. Smart move, but pretty bad when off the start. Like, we don't even get the green flag, or, you know, across the start-finish line on the initial lap, and you've got to come to a dead stop. Like, that was not a good start at all. So, jump ahead to the next incident point. Just off the second restart to the outside wall a little bit. So we're outside of the 7. 15 is gonna get the wall. Did a net code. His rear end's kicked out though. You can see the way it was skewed. Initially it looked like he net coded 7, then he just got into him when 7 was trying to catch the slide. So we're under caution here. Or no, we're still green. 15's just gonna get the wall out of 4. Dudes. Maybe net code, but got in the back end of the 19 there a little bit. Just basically a square bumper tap, so didn't really do anything. 13 gets the opening, kind of like I did. I think I only dragged the first part of the wall, not the second. 19 outside of the 2. He's going to make contact with him, that slows him up. That was what we checked up for, saw that. 13, this is what's going to cause... Okay, so let's watch this, because this is the one that happened not too far in front of us as well, so... It's hard to say whether or not that's netcode. The 13 is going to drive to the inside. 19's giving him the entire lane open on the bottom. And I think the 13 just gets on the throttle a little too early and ends up running into... It's like the slightest contact into the left rear wheel of the 19. That gets the 19 wiggly. He's trying to chase it. The 13's cutting underneath him now to go to the middle of the straightaway. And this is where the 19's got into a four-wheel slide. And he just comes back across the track and drills the 13. Spins the 13 around to the inside. So that brought out, I believe that was the 3rd caution. We're under caution. 19 is going to let the 2 know what he thought of his move. Alright, so here's one of the botched restarts, in my opinion. Okay, let's watch this. This is one of them that checked up the field. So the 5's gonna go. The 1 had to check up because the 1 was ahead of the 5. 5 takes advantage of that and starts rolling, and then the 1, you can see the 1's going to turn down on the 3. They might have gotten a bit of a shot from the 7. I don't know if the 7 actually made contact, but he comes down on the 3. Comes across him, that wobbles up the 3, and that just stacked up the whole field. I thought we had a caution out of that. I want to watch it back from my perspective because everybody just checked up. This was one of the 2 restarts that I thought was really bad. And that one wasn't even as bad as the last one. That was when I missed that shift. That's what allowed the 10 to get on the inside of me. We drove on the outside. Kind of overshot the corner. You can see me pushing. I was not intentionally diving either. That was just I flat out overdrove the entry. So we're going to battle the 10 on the outside. We ended up getting a caution for a moment, so we'll pull up the next incident point. So you can see I was already ahead, 17. Alright, so 17 kind of what started as netcode. Like, he's trying to stay off the wall. 12's coming up. The 12 is not quite clear yet. I mean, the 17 does come down for sure. Like, he's now almost half a lane down. But the 12, maybe the 12 doesn't come up as much, but the 17 gets the 14 pushing him from the left rear. That also gets him into the right rear of the 12. Sends the 12 around. 9 gets a bit of a tag out of that. That brings out our next caution. So we're going to see that's the instant point for the 12 being spun. Alright, so let's watch this. This was 19 driving in a bit deep. 12 or 2 thought he was clear. 19 barely touches something, sends the 2 up the track. And then the 2 just kind of turns left. Let's see, I think this was a bit of retaliation, in my opinion. I think he hooks just enough, like a lot earlier than he probably should have been turning. And he hooks just enough to get the 19 and kind of sends them across and around, spins them off the nose. So I'm gonna guess that one personally was a bit of retaliation out of the 2 Sparge. You can let me know if you think that was just a mistake, but that looked like a little bit of a left turn to me. So we're gonna get contact here. You can see the 5. Same exact thing happens again. The exact same thing happens again. Like, let's watch this up at the start. I don't know why the 1 was continuing. I know that the outside front row is the worst spot to be, especially in short tracks. Even if you have triple monitor setup or VR and you can look left, it is so hard to get a start. And the leaders just got complete control. Like, there's nothing you can do. But the 1 just, for whatever reason, keeps staying in front of the 5, and then right here, the 5 recognizes it. So the 1 gets a shot from the 7, which sends him even further ahead. But he's got to check up on the brakes. There's a second shot, which might have been netcode. The 5 goes off. We got contact from behind because the 3 ends up getting contact out of this. So 5 goes. That's when the 7 checks up because the 7 gets turned off of the bumper of the 8. So then that gets into the 3, sends him up. He's going spinning. 14 drills him. We had to check up. Let's watch it from my perspective. It was pathetic what happened. Because it was the 3 we saw spinning. So you could see everybody just stacking up. I literally had cars everywhere, and I was just waiting to see what was going to happen. So that was the worst restart, in my opinion. That was a horrible restart. 12s. There's the 4. I don't know why the 4 pulled in. I don't know what happened to him. Unless he had incident count. I didn't look, but I didn't think he was there. Not sure what's going on with the 12 white showing up. The 8 running 4th. Just drag me outside retaining wall. 9 is gonna hit the wall almost the same spot I did. 15 is gonna get the wall. A little bit of a door drag. Do it again off of 2. Yeah, I mean, that rear was not happy. You can see how that thing's tracking down the straightaway. Alright, then he blows it up. And that's the end of the race. 5. Alright, so, yeah, not pretty. Now the 4 wouldn't have had an incident point penalty. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know why he pulled over, so. Whatever, I mean, he gave us a free spot, so not pretty. We'll take a look at the results. What was the practice event? Sorry about that. Should have. Let me grab the race result. There we go. That looks better. All right, so top split of 3, 31.51 strength to field. Like I said, decent size and decent split for me. 0x gives me a decent boost, 0.22, so we're trying to climb back to 4.0. Just got to keep putting in races like that. And a small RV game, 42 is not bad at all. I'll take that, especially, again, considering how terrible I was. You can see, based on fast lap times from the guys at the front, we were, compared to the 5 and the 1, about a tenth and a half off. Quarter of a second from the 7. And, basically a quarter of a second, a little more than a quarter second from the 7, 2/10. So, still, again, it closed up a little bit compared to what it was in qualifying. I don't know what tire wear would have been like had we gone green the whole time. If I would have been torching the right front, it would have been falling off a bit. But obviously had the benefit of a lot of people getting wrecks, and that allowed me to be able to handle getting through it cleanly, and just made the most of it. So sorry for all the cautions. I know that was not very fun. 5 cautions for 23 laps. We spent almost half the race under caution. Not real fun, but got a decent run at the beginning. And that last 10 laps was interesting to say the least. But I tried to, I just tried to do what I could to keep it clean and just not make many mistakes. So while I wasn't very fast, I felt like I drove decently smart. And that's what allowed me to pick up some spots and finish in 7. So I will gladly take that. That's far, far better than anything I thought it would be. Feel free to leave your analysis of anything we looked at in the replays. Especially, I want to hear your thoughts on the 2 restarts. What you think about that, as well as the if you thought that was retaliation from the 2 on the 19 or not. I mean, I'm not gonna worry about filing a protest if it is. It's not my side. They can handle it how they want, and I don't know. Like I said, probably gonna keep running these. Just not sure whether that's gonna be the fixed or the open side. Don't really want to deal with the caution fest, even if I'm gonna be multiple laps down. But we'll see what we can do. So gonna keep trying to learn these. Hopefully pick up little bits of time. Maybe I'll find that big aha moment that at least gets me like a tenth or something like that. and try to get you guys something better soon. So till the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.